This is Fat, Dumb, and Angry. I'm back with another episode. I want to come at you today talking about a sleeper hit from my boy, Nicolas Cage. From one Nick to another. I found this movie because me and my girlfriend have been doing a Nicolas Cage-a-thon recently. I know it's a pretty popular thing because all the couples are doing it nowadays, so we figured we'd jump on board. Going through IMDb, we've seen a lot of garbage. And, oh boy, there's been a lot of garbage. Grand Isle. There's a Frasier's in it. Frasier's in it, but it's bad. So disappointing. So upsetting. Movies like Dying of the Light, The Runner. So much garbage. Ant Bully. And then there's, I've seen some quality stuff of his, like G-Force. Woo! Highest quality. Mandy, of course, one of the better movies he's ever made. And let's just say I'm pretty excited to see Jiu-Jitsu coming. I have no idea what that's going to be like, but from a synopsis of it, it has something to do with learning jiu-jitsu to fight aliens or something. Gonna be goddamn amazing. So I'm excited about that. But what I want to talk to you today is about this movie called Army of One. Now, you guys may have remembered this happening a while ago when you heard about this guy who went to Pakistan to find Osama bin Laden. They arrested him or something like that when he had just a sword on him and a knife and a gun, like a pistol or something. I remember hearing about that story. It was like the most insane thing you could ever think happening, because it's like somebody's breaking the Matrix, doing something that somebody would do, but it's just too insane. Well, they made a movie about him, and Nicolas Cage is playing the guy. It's the perfect melding of actor and story, because it's so crazy, and Nicolas Cage is that right amount of crazy, so it's like a perfect storm, of course. The movie is about a man named Gary Faulkner. After a personal visit by God himself, the eccentric construction worker, Gary Faulkner, takes the decision to embark on an adventure in the Badlands of Pakistan to bring Al-Qaeda's leader, Osama bin Laden, to justice. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? The thing that really sold me on this movie, though, would have to be the character that Nicolas Cage played. Because watching all these Nicolas Cage movies, that's one of the things I started loving most about the movies, was seeing what kind of character he would play, what kind of crazy thing he would do. And yeah, he does have a lot of very similar characters when he's playing cops and your regular main character guy, tough guy kind of thing, like in like Next or Knowing or National Treasure, all that kind of, like, those are very bland, very cagey, very regular. But reading the synopsis of this movie and then the first 20 minutes, and he is playing a character that's just so goddamn nuts and hilarious. It was so delightful to watch. I couldn't stop watching. I think I may have turned down sex while this movie was on, so that says something. So as the movie starts, you are introduced to this character who's kind of a loser. He's a really strange guy, and he's got some problem where he needs dialysis. And so that's where they bring in a lot of the God stuff, is because you think if he doesn't have dialysis for too long, he starts having hallucinations. You don't know if it's really him thinking he's seeing God or it's just the hallucinations, which I think you do pretty much know. That adds a lot of very interesting visuals to it, and Russell Brand, comes in as God. Not bad. I mean, I like Russell Brand. He's all right, but a very interesting role because he's playing very straight to Nicolas Cage's very, very funny man kind of thing. The female actress, I thought, really took it away too. I remember her from Reno 911 or whatever. But she did a great job in this movie. Their interactions between each other. She's like this hometown woman who's like, they know each other from high school, and she's always, like this solid piece of his life. And it's weird because, like, as the story goes on, he keeps disappearing because he's trying to, when he first gets the mission, he tries to sail to Pakistan. That does not work, obviously, because you can't sail to Pakistan. Can you? No, I don't think you can. He ends up obviously failing and then coming back, and then he's like meets up with her again and his friends, and they're all like, and so it's like this cycle of him going on this crazy thing. And I got the feeling watching the movie, you're kind of hoping that he just stays home at a certain point, which is very like endearing because the character, I don't know, I found it easy to watch this movie and get the idea that they're making fun of this guy, but there's so much endearing stuff about the character that it also made me like him and laugh at him at the same time. To actually care about him and kind of hope that he found, something good happened to him, or maybe that's just because it's Nicolas Cage. I don't know. And so eventually in the movie, he does make it to Pakistan, where he draws the attention of, I think, the CIA. It's a funny just premise of them like tracking him while he's doing basically nothing of any use there, but he's some dude there and he's like ruining their operations because there's some white dude running around. And there's so much silliness with him in like Pakistan, and they make the locals look like very nice and stuff like that. A lot of the humor, I would say, was a lot of physical humor. A lot of the jokes, I think, would be character jokes, which makes a lot of sense because the director of this was Larry Charles, which I have a great connection to because he was a producer of Seinfeld, the first like 4 or 5 seasons or something like that. So he definitely got that kind of like social awkwardness comedy definitely from this that he brought into it. So apparently Nicolas Cage has gone on record saying that this movie would have been better if Larry Charles had gotten the final cut over it, because apparently this is a Weinstein production and they didn't quite like it, so they re-edited the movie and limited released it, which I think we can all agree is the worst thing any Weinstein has ever done. The movie is definitely hilarious, the way it juxtaposes real serious things in life and the silliness of life all at the same time without you really ever kind of knowing what's going on. And then later in the movie, you find out at the end that the guy who this is based on actually had like some kind of, I don't know, cameo, maybe some kind of control in the movie, because they do make this joke that him playing the person, Nicolas Cage playing this person, is like saying that they want to make a movie about him and that he thinks the only one who looks close enough to him is Nicolas Cage in Con Air. And they show a bunch of footage of the guy at the end. So I think that even helps too to make it like it's more lighthearted. He knows he's a funny person, that it's okay to laugh at this dude in his really weird way. Though Nicolas Cage definitely has such a strange way of talking as him and laughing as him. Like his laugh is just all those little bits. Him playing with the sword, cutting up fruit. It's so stupid. That's like a child. And that's what makes it wonderful, I think. I mean, from the silly scenes like him, yes, selling a bunch of shit so we can buy a boat to try to sail there from from the wrong side of the country too. And he's gonna, because he has this vision of him paragliding down into, I don't know, the Al-Qaeda base to attack them, that his plan is they can't put a paraglider or whatever on a plane. So he's cutting it up and then shipping it, and he's gonna rebuild it there. Like it's so much of this like genius insanity. And to nobody's surprise, Gary Faulkner does not catch Osama bin Laden. Of course, he does believe that they didn't actually get Osama bin Laden when they shoot the body off or whatever, drop it into the ocean, do a water burial, which makes this a never-ending quest. I would really recommend this movie. It definitely enthralled me, got me hooked. It was a really different, interesting Nicolas Cage character, very interesting movie to watch. It was a lot of fun. It's just silly stupid. If you like Larry Charles, if you like that kind of dry, stupid comedy, give it a shot. If you like Nicolas Cage, a great character he's playing. He's having I think a movie or a series or something coming out soon where he's playing all of his best characters. I really wish he puts this one in here because it's so memorable, at least to me. It's so stupid. In conclusion, give it a shot. The movie Army of One, pretty good. Not bad. FDA recommends, all right? I'll give it an FDA recommendation. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe. I got some more content coming out, some podcast episodes. Oh, those were a lot of fun. Some music, so just stay tuned. You never know what's gonna show up.